You think you fit in that? It feels good, huh? Yeah. Hey guys, Amber from Tuxedo Homestead. What's going on? So, as you can see, the sun is shining. It is a beautiful January day, and so it's a good opportunity to go out to the garden. So we're going to go out and clean up the garden area, and what we're going to do this year is we're going to put some chickens on it for a few weeks, well, probably a couple months, until we're ready to plant in the garden. We're going to start seeds in the house this year again, and so the garden area is going to have chickens on it for a while, so they can scratch the ground and they can fertilize, get the ground good and ready for my plants. So that's what we're doing today. We have not cleaned up the garden from last season, so I still have ground cover down. I still have T-posts and panels up and all that kind of stuff. We have opened it up for the pigs to eat things out of it, so they've pretty much cleaned up most of the plants. But now we want the ground tilled up by the chickens, and we want them to fertilize on it and get it ready for the growing season. So that's what we're doing today, and let's get to it. So we've moved all the mamas and babies together. They have this penned area in that house, and then that whole penned area as well in that house. The babies have heat lamps in there for the night when it's cold. And this is just temporary as well. We're not going to keep them in here for very long. I'm just giving them a little more time. There's my Gretchen. Give them a little more time. I have a couple little bitty girls right here that I'm wanting to get a little more weight on them before we let them all out to pasture. Anyway, that's their little jungle gym. They climb and play and bounce around on that. And that's that. So they've been just staying in this one penned area. They haven't even really explored over to the other one much. But there they are, and we will probably let them out next week, give them a few more days in here together, and then we'll let them out to roam the big pasture probably by next week. So yeah, sweet little babies. Hi Gretchen. Hi Gretchen. Hi Gretchen. I can't video you because you won't get away from me. Hi sweet girl. Hi. You already had your bottle. You don't need a bottle. So I've got all my stuff here for cleaning up the garden. Post driver was that was just on the wagon, I guess. But I got my post puller here, so I don't actually need this. Got all my stuff here. Post puller, bolt cutter, snips, my little clip bender to take clips off. Of course, then I need my tripod. So let's go get to cleaning up the garden. So it's been a sad time for the garden area for a couple months. So terribly sad. Actually, look, there's still some peppers on this plant. They're all, of course, dried up and dead, but there's some still there. So, but for now, what I'm going to do today is just take down everything you see in the garden. I'm going to move everything out. The panels, the posts, the ground cover, the bricks, everything's getting moved out. I'm going to put electric fencing back around it so I can keep chickens in here. And we're going to bring the chicken tractor in, fence it in with the electric fence, so the chickens will, for the most part, they'll stay in, and they'll scratch the ground and eat the bugs and whatever they can find. And most of all, they'll be pooping on the ground and fertilizing it for my plants for the spring. So, and then of course we will put some other compost and rabbit manure and and stuff like that on it as well. So hopefully we'll have good fertilized ground by the time we plant out here. Always something, y'all, with the animals. Pig came and nosed on my tripod, so muddy tripod it is. Yeah, so I'm moving these panels in the T-post, you know, because I could just leave them there and plant the same stuff in the same spot and not worry about moving it. Well, first of all, I got to move the ground cover until the ground up under it. But if I didn't have ground cover down, it'd still be a good idea for me to move these posts and panels, because you don't want to plant the same plants, the same type of vegetables or fruits in the same spot every season, every year, every growing season. It's always a good idea to switch it up each year. It's just better for the ground, better for the fruits, better for the growth. So I had my squash, zucchini, and all that on the north end of the garden last year. So this year I'll either put it in the middle where my peppers were, or I'll put it on the south side where my tomatoes were. Just always a good idea to switch it up. Yeah. But all that to say, I mean, I had to take all this up anyway to take the ground cover off and be able to till for spring. So there's that. Also, I put all those cattle panels in a big giant pile of manure. So that's always fun. Come on, Gretchen. Gretchen's coming to see me. Come on, baby girl. Hi, sugar. What you doing? Hi, Gretchen. Come on, Gretchen. Come on. Come on, Gretchen. Okay, that's that. Panels and posts are up. Now for the real fun part. Bricks and ground cover. So the ground cover did have, well, does have these stakes in it, but they weren't quite strong enough, or I didn't quite have enough to make it strong enough for the winds and storms and stuff. So that's why we had the bricks on there. We have an abundance of bricks in our woods. We have a giant pile of them that were left here before we moved here. So we made use of them, and that held down our ground cover along with the stakes. So I got a ton of these to take out as I go along to pull the ground cover up. So we're going to use our handy dandy flower pot here and collect all the stakes. So I'm going to show you this ground under this cover. This cover, okay, so it's almost the middle of January. This cover's been here for probably, 10 months? Something like that. So look at this ground, y'all. This is how good this ground cover is. I'm telling you, it's awesome. And I will try and leave a link below in the description of what ground cover this is. It's amazing on protecting against the weeds. I mean, you'll have wild sprigs here and there, but nothing like weeding a garden normally. Look at this ground. Look at that. That's where the ground cover was. Literally nothing. And this is all the little stuff that grows up in the holes where the holes were. It's just like right now it's just moss, just because it's winter time and it's just this ground stays moist out here. But like, look at this. Watch. Look at that. Nothing. And that's how good it is in the summertime too, y'all. That's how good it is. Like, I don't weed the garden. I'll pull up weeds, once a week, maybe once every couple weeks around my plants, around in the holes. But that's it. Like, I weed the garden a handful of times in my whole growing season, pretty much. I don't have to do much. Don't have to do much at all. So ground cover is a must in my gardens, always from now on. We love it. Let's get back to work. All right, I'm gonna finish this and then I'll get back with you on setting it all up for the chickens. Be back shortly. All right, so I took a little break, got a little bite to eat. It's kind of getting late, so I may not finish this evening. Also, I have a little helper. You go riding? You gonna go riding, helping? You gonna go help Mama in the garden? She's gonna be along for the ride now. She woke up from her nap, so time for her to go out and work in the garden with me. Alright, let's get back to work. They're doing that because of the goose. The dogs are howling because the goose is squawking. Okay. Ground rod right there. Ground rod is in. Now we're going to hook up the Energizer. This ground rod is pretty cool, guys. It comes from together.Garden with this electric fencing and an Energizer, all from together.Garden. Has this like weight right here and like a nut here and a little lip down here, lip down there, where it just kind of is a self-pounding into the ground. All you gotta do is just do the big weight up and down and it pounds it into the ground. So green goes on to the ground rod like so, and then we'll connect the two metal ends on the fencing when we're ready. We'll connect these right here. If you can see those, I know it's getting dark. Connect these two ends right here, and the red connector of the Energizer goes on to the metal of the fencing. So, all right, we have it all set up. We are gonna get the chickens out of that cage. Those were the chicken tractor chickens that were already in here. We're gonna get those out one by one, clip their wings on one side so they can't fly over the fencing as easily. These 4 or 5 chickens that Cadence just brought to me from the barn, I just clipped their wings real quick and got them thrown in. And so these chicken tractor chickens, gonna clip their wings real fast, let them out of their cage, open their chicken tractor, which is now their coop, let them start their work on this ground. And I will show you the end result in the daylight tomorrow. I know it's getting dark, so we'll finish this up in the morning. Alright guys, we're back. The next day, we're gonna run out here and check on these chickens out in the garden pen now. Please get the baby down. Lord have mercy. That is the child that he just drove down the mound of hay. Grayson.
Or the mountain of Egypt. Looks like Egypt.
Okay, let's take her to the garden pen now. Not too fast. Not fast, brother. Okay, so we're gonna go out here and check on how these chickens are doing. Probably get some more chickens out here in the pen because we couldn't get a whole lot of them out of the barn last night. They perch in the rafters of the barn, so couldn't reach all of them. So we may try to get some more of them in the pen later.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there's feathers on the ground because I clipped their wings last night.
I didn't see that today. What?
I clipped wings last night. The fence is on.
You did what?
I clipped chicken wings last night.
Chicken wings.
Wings.
I thought you said wings. He's
So,
talking about wing pins.
a lot of our girls, a few roosters. So we've got quite a few chickens still up at the house that we need to get out here. Out there, they're free ranging. I want them to scratch this ground real good. We're gonna come out here and scrape the ground good with the tractor and kind of get it leveled out and get it loosened up where they can scratch better. Throw out some grain on the ground for them to scratch in the garden area and do their fertilizing on it and getting it ready for planting in the spring. That's that. I clipped everybody's left wing in hopes that they won't fly over the fence, and it worked pretty much for most of them. We had a couple small birds get out last night. Well, this morning really. Actually, they found that hole right there. The small chickens, a couple bannies that were in there, found that hole and they were able to get out of the fence. And there's Gretchen following Daddy.
And like, comment, and subscribe. Give me the sound.
Are we doing chicken culture?
Chicken
Bob.
chicken culture. Chicken scratching. I'm gonna drag
I don't think
the.
them chickens are going to be able to level them hills.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're gonna drag the tractor over it and loosen it up. Yeah, we're gonna have to loosen it up with the tractor, and then they can scratch in it good.
What were you going to do? The back of the bucket?
Yeah, I was just gonna use the bucket or put the box plate on it or whatever.
The box plate would work.
Yeah.
We got to fix it first though.
Right, we gotta get a bolt. It's missing a bolt.
I'll give you the bucket and just turn the bucket down.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna drag the bucket over it.
I'll do that. I'll do something.
I can open it up and get the chickens back and close it back up. You can open up it on that side over there.
Grace, don't come over the fence.
He's flying like a troll. Yeah, I put the egg. We'll ride.
You got it riding, buddy? Gretchen's our little friend.
I'm going to get run over, so.
She's not gonna get run over. When you crank that tractor, she runs. It scares her. I'll take her. Come on, Gretchen. Oh, come on, my girl. Oh.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Did you say the one says like it's a stick in his hand?
No, I did not.
Hayden said that.
Your brother made that up. Alright, so that's much better. The ground's a lot more loose now for the chickens to be able to scratch. They're enjoying it. They've already found worms and frogs and all kinds of stuff. They were chasing each other a while ago with a frog.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so they're gonna enjoy this loose dirt a lot more than when it was mounded and packed. Yeah, they did have a frog, didn't they?
yeah, one was swinging it.
They were slinging it around.
And I've been kicking this behind y'all the whole time.
Yeah, that's much better. So now we'll get us some bedding down in here and some more perches because we're gonna add more chickens. Yeah, and that's that. All right, guys, that's that for the chicken garden pen, and that's that for today. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the videos, comment. Huh? That might be it for today. As always, take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.